So funny the eye test when you look at someone. You go like, that's possible. That's possible.
Yeah.
Like when I look at Paul Scar, that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at The Rock, you look, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck. When you look at the Liver King, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And when you look at that Michael Hearn guy.
Yeah. No, the Michael Hearn example it's wild that he leans. He doesn't go as hard as Liver King, I guess, in that he's like, but it's weird because he definitely likes to poke fun at it, even though he will not go out of his way to show any blood testing or do anything to reinforce his natural status other than, oh, look at me at like 15 years old. I'm bigger than you now. So like, obviously it's just natural progression. It's like, yeah, you're a genetic freak, which is why you look the way you do on gear now.
Right. Exactly. That's a very good point. Because there's a lot of people that if they took testosterone or they took a bunch of different steroids, they still would look like shit.
Yeah. Oh, tons of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you'd be shocked at if you walk into a public gym, like who's actually on gear and who's not. Sometimes the guys who are natural look better than the guys on gear. Like,
yeah. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Look at that. Imagine saying
Jamie's
that
just laughing his
you're
ass off.
53 years old and you're natural and you're built that way.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, like that's insulting when you're like,
It's insulting.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's obviously got incredible genetics and obviously works very hard, but also
Yeah.
saucy.
Yeah.
There's a little saucy.
Yeah. He sold some like potentially unethical products too. And
What are those?
Like he said duck eggs were like far superior to normal eggs, which I don't know, like I haven't even looked into the micronutrient like proportions of it to see if that to be true.
Well, they're bigger.
But he was selling like a duck egg extract product for like $700 or something. And like very much implying that it was supporting his physique.
Duck egg extract. Why wouldn't you just go get duck eggs?
Yeah,
I had a duck egg recently. It was terrible.
It was like one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, like even in cosmetics, they'll like take a peptide, some obscure name, and like extract it and be like, oh, we put it into this face serum and this thing that came from some natural source. It's like the secret for, you know, eternal youth sort of thing. Yeah. And it was just like the commercialization of the thing that is not responsible for your physique is like very, very frowned upon.
Yeah, that should be frowned upon.
Yeah.
It's very deceptive. You know, I mean, it's one thing if you're actually using those products and you believe in them and this is why you're selling them. But when you're just doing it for a money grab and also you're on the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that you've done that's really good, that's really important with your channel is you've highlighted the horrific negative effects that some people encounter.
Yeah.
And one of them was this young man. I'd never seen anything like it. This young man that got on steroids and his back.
Oh, just exploded.
And all his chest too, right? Like acne like you couldn't believe.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, so some people, they have genetic predispositions that'll make them like either hyper respond sometimes in a positive way, also in the side effect aspect. Like usually there will be, if you push the envelope and go into like super physiological dosage territory, typically one thing will at least go wrong for you. You will probably have some sort of, I'm not saying this to be always the case because there are like more responsible ways to go about it to minimize the risk of this happening or potentially avoid it altogether to some extent, but like, you know, hair loss, gynecomastia, acne, etc. And this guy, he just had brutal acne breakout after. And
what's the name of the video so we can take a look at it?
It's tough to say because I've done a couple acne videos. You would just type in acne and you'd see like at least a few examples on my channel.
Just go to more plates,
This
more
is
dates.
the guy's back. Like, you can see all the scarring, you can see some of the active ones, but like this is pretty fucking desolated, dude. This is his back from the top, and this is his face, his neck and his chest. So pretty intense, dude. To the point where,
yeah, there's a few if you just typed in. Yeah, if you just went on the search.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that guy with his chest bleeding. The guy in the middle there. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. It looks like he got attacked by a shotgun. Yeah. Doesn't it? It looks like he got shot. Like there's little holes all over his chest.
Yeah. No, it's hard to predict too, because some of these guys will just end up with brutal acne without having a like very that guy got desolated.
Now is that like the scarring on his back?
Yeah, so that was a unique scenario where a lot of people think his gear was just like, because again, it doesn't just come to your responsive gear, it's also the quality of its preparation. Like if you have toxic carrier oils, like unhealthy solvents, you have like a response to it that is unique from another individual, or like it depends on the quality of your product, and is why pharmaceutical grade is, always going to be preferable as well. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. So it's not just the steroid itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting cheap shit. My God, he doesn't even look any different.
That's
crazy.
He gets a lot of heat because he shows his aftermath, but he used to actually bodybuild pretty intensely, and he had a respectable physique.
And is that what he looks like now?
He's off everything now.
Does he still have that fucked up back though?
It's getting a lot better, but because he took Accutane, he came off the gear, etc. He claims his source was like a highly vetted, pure source, so it's tough to say if it was actually just the gear or if it was just like shit gear plus response to the gear or what. But
so now he looks pretty natural.
Yeah.
And now does he show any photos of his back now?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he's still got those fucked up scars all over him.
Yeah, I kind of feel for the guy because he does put out like information to try and make people aware of what happened to him. But now because he's natural, people will very much take that and be like, why would you even take gear to look like this? And it's like, that's not what he looked like when he was on gear.
Wow.
Yeah. Like he had aspirations to be a competitive bodybuilder and do certain things that, it just wasn't in the cards for him genetically, obviously. But yeah, that was like a wild one.
That whole bodybuilding world is so strange because it literally is impossible to compete without steroids.
Yeah.
It's impossible. If you're going to be in Mr. Olympia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to be on shit.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole level. Even things like grappling, like jiu-jitsu, which is one of the dirtiest sports it's certainly the dirtiest combat sport, openly dirty. Mm-hmm. There's still people that are clean that do really, like the Rotolo brothers are 19 years old. They look completely natural. Yeah. And they're assassinating people.
Yeah.
Just natural. There's a lot of natural people. Mikey Musumeci. Yeah. Natural. A lot of them. Tons of them.
Yeah.
But not in bodybuilding.
No, and it's wild because it's like the fitness industry you would think is, the epitome of health and fitness is the whole point of it. So it's just so paradoxical where you have this like industry built off of portraying a healthy lifestyle, but then you're also doing like the most paradoxical unhealthy thing to your body simultaneously. But then somehow the visual cosmetic representation of the unhealthy drug use portrays a more healthy and like vibrant, vitality look to people. It's just like, oh, this jack guy must be the result of the fitness lifestyle.
Yeah, what's the strange thing is like when they're in peak form, they're literally on death's door.
Oh yeah, their kidneys are like about to fucking peter out, and they're just like, ready to fucking pass